manga unboxing. Hello and welcome, we are unboxing some manga today. We have a few big parcels from SciFier to get through. I think it's predominantly new releases. I think I went a bit crazy on the volume 1s. There seem to be a lot of volume 1s out recently and I love grabbing new series. It hasn't actually been too long since my last one. It's usually about 4 to 6 weeks between my SciFier hauls, but the last one was delayed by a few weeks and I ordered this one a bit early on purpose. I'll explain why as we go. So it's only been a few weeks since my last one, so I'm feeling pretty spoiled. So we have 2 boxes and a big envelope to go through. Let's readjust and start opening. Let's try starting with the smaller box. Also the envelope here, though I must say it does kind of look a bit like someone's walked over the back of it. Let's do this one first. Double layered. So we got like a bubble packet kind of thing. I feel like I've not really seen this one before. We have a few in here. So in this parcel I think we have 5 volumes. We have Rum Elia War Chronicle Volume 1, which looks like a new series from 7 Seas. Looks like a female lead fantasy, which I always enjoy. Next we have How I Met Your Soulmate Volume 6, and I adore the colour scheme on this volume. I think it's my favourite colour scheme on any of them, which is this like minty pinky gradient. I have absolutely been loving this series. It's by the same creator as Waiting for Spring, but it's set in college and I think I'm enjoying it a lot more because of that. Would definitely recommend. This was a bit of a frivolous pickup because I was kind of surprised to see it because I thought it was like out of print, but it seems to have popped up again. We have Milky Way Hitchhiking Volume 2, which is I think it's to do with like animals, cats. There's a lot of cats on the cover, to be fair. I believe it is only 2 volumes and I got volume 1 a long time ago and then wasn't able to pick up volume 2 because we couldn't get it. It is a bit pricier because it is full colour and it is quite thick as well. It's a yen press one, so I was really happy to see this. That is now series complete. Next we have Blue Period 17. Even though I'm not up to date with this series, I am on a big Kodansha binge this year and I've been doing pretty good with it, to be fair. Kodansha's on my Blue Period, sorry, is on my hit list for April. This video might be due to go up in April though, or May, I don't know. So maybe by the time you see this, I'll have already caught back up to date with this. I love some of the different types of art we're seeing on the cover. So we're seeing this like, it probably isn't, but all I can think is paint.net. Finally, we have another series from Kodansha, but it is a new one. It is Hitting Rewind with You Volume 1. I've seen lots of praise for this series. People have been very happy that it's had a release and really happy that it is now out. So quite happy to grab this one and give it a go too. I've been in a bit of a sappy romance mood the last month or so. So even like high school romances, which can be a bit cringe, I've been just absolutely laughing at. Let's do this box, which is pretty heavy. So we might actually just, you know, leave it there. Extra cardboard bits. Let's pull out the books for ease. One, oh no, I hope it's not a giant one. Oh, there's one with like 2 books in. I wonder if it's like, if some are like late to come in, they're the ones that get like shoved down the side. There's another one like down the side. Or maybe they were just trying to get it to all squeeze in one box so there wasn't another box, because this one's pretty heavy. It's like as heavy as the bigger box. So you got a big one, a fairly decent one, and then 2 little ones. I've actually also just remembered I had 2 single volumes from my last order that were really delayed that will open in this one as well. But I'll put them on the box, which you can see here. You might have noticed we have a new layout as well, and you can see like the TV and the reflection of Ben's desk and that. It's all a work in progress. It's all gonna improve, and like all the shelves behind me don't really have that much on them. I have some Miku's and some Nina and some other bits, but yeah, that all's gonna sort out when I just can over the next couple of months. Anywho, the haul. Let's do the 2 little ones. I always worry that this is like too loud, so I tend to like skip over it and try to not talk while making too much noise. Okay, so we have 3 volumes in this one. We have X-Rank Lover. My doting ex-boyfriend wants to make love to me again and again. Volume, oh no, looks like it might be a one-shot. It looks like it could be smutty. Tokyo Pop do not plastic wrap their series. So I'm gonna have a quick little gander just to see. Yep, that is a smutty series. It's a lightsaber one as well if you're interested. Anywho, what was quite interesting was, I don't know if anyone knows of CitrusCon, but Tokyo Pop did a panel and they did a Q&A and they were very chatty in their Q&A, and someone actually asked, why don't you plastic wrap your manga? And there were a couple of things that they said they didn't do it for. One of them was they had complaints from retailers that the plastic ripped and they then had to do it themselves and they found it a pain. And I'm like, I mean, every other publisher does it, so I'll take that with a pinch of salt. I do know that there are some retailers that do plastic wrap series themselves, like Forbidden Planet International. They'll put them in like comic bags and tape them up. Though some of them might do like proper plastic wrapping, I'm not too sure, but some of them they definitely plastic wrap themselves, because anything with like a parental warning they might do it on, like Hell's Paradise. The other reason was they said that adding plastic wrap would cause the prices to go up, which is what I've always thought is one of the reasons plastic wrap series cost more, is just because we're paying for the plastic wrap. And yeah, that's one of the reasons they said as well. It would cause the prices to go up. And Tokyo Pop is pricey as is, so yeah. I still think plastic wrap on some of them would probably be a good idea when you see a small kid grab on or off in the middle of a store and flick through it and you're like, oh dear. Hey ho, I don't work in publishing. Next we have First Love Reunion, which also appears to be a one-shot. This also says Steamy on the back. Did I just buy a load of like, yeah, that's Steamy. Did I just buy a load of Steamy Tokyo Pop? That's fine actually. Gosh, there's loads of clouds now. One of the issues of using natural light and nothing else, actually I have a lamp there, I'm using the natural light as I am at its whim. Next we have a non-Tokyo Pop and non-smutty. We have In Another World, My Sister Stole My Name, Volume 4. Volume 3 ended on such a good point, and I've been really excited for the next volume, but it's taken a hot minute to come out. I don't know why, this also feels quite weighty, but I don't know if just the Tokyo Pop ones feel really light. This in comparison feels more weighty. Next, oh, okay. We have 2 volumes in this. We have 2 volume 1s. We have The Fake Alchemist, which is, it's a Yen Press volume. Yeah, weirdly, I feel like this one, the sister one, feels heavier than this one. How bizarre. I wonder just, where are they made? Printed in South Korea. Printed in the US. Maybe there's just different paper usage. I don't know. The South Korea one feels nicer though. It's a blind volume 1 pickup. I do love doing blind volume 1 pickups, and I do plan on trying to do more reading vlogs. One of my intentions of having this space all set up and neater and nicer is it'll be a lot easier for me to just do a bit of filming, like kind of every day is my hope. Just 5-10 minutes of this is the sort of things I've been reading, especially when I've read volume 1s, and would I recommend them? Because I especially feel when I've done some of my vlogs, if I've left it like a month and a half and I'm like, I've no clue, I don't remember. I think I liked it though. But that's no help, is it, as a recommendation? So I want to try and do better, more regular filming, like little bursts though. We also have Dungeons That Surely Slaughter Adventurers, Volume 1, another series from Yen Press. Oh, this sounds like a what's it called, Dungeon People, and there's another one, kind of just sort of the management and upkeep of dungeons for adventurers and people who've been isekai'd, and I'm obsessed. I love those kind of series. Reading the back, it sounds a little bit about that. Characters have drawn the short straw and get stuck as the dungeon's custodial staff instead of awesome isekai fantasies. It's a messy job. Might as well turn the joint into a full-blown death trap and show those freaking inconsiderate adventurers what for. Excellent. I realise I'm taking quite a while, aren't I? It's going to be a long video. I'm very chatty today. I actually had a good night's sleep. Right, okay, so I can see here, I can see we have a FAQ. There you go. Peek it over the top instead of peeking it over the edge of the camera. It's called Fantastic Monster Marriage. I think do I have one from the same person? That, or it's just a similar cover to another one. But yes, another FAQ. I tend to try and really stay on top of FAQ because they are, if you think other publishers are not good for keeping things in print, pretty much if you don't order a FAQ as it comes out, you'll never be able to get it. Apart from like the 1 or 2 popular ones. But yeah, so I always try to stay really on top of it. Hello, Yuna. Come to visit. You want to see my manga? Do you want to see the next one? Is that also Faku? No, that's regular. I'm having a little peek ahead. This is like when I do my Teams calls and I'm like, good morning everyone, and there's just Yuna's arse across the screen. Okay, so we have, Yuna, Magical Girl Dandelion Volume 1, which is a new Shoujo Beat title, which might be like the only new Shoujo Beat title like this year or something. No, there's probably a couple other, but there aren't many. They aren't great with putting licensing out. I've seen so many positive things for this one, so I am really excited to read it. Next we have Snow Angel Volume 3, maybe. This is complete of 4. I'm hoping Volume 4 might also be in here, and then I can just read the two of them back to back, because I've really enjoyed what I'd read so far. But short series I usually find I just prefer much better if I can read it all together, but I didn't hold back on volumes 1 and 2 of this, but I did decide to hold back on 3, but I managed to hold back picking it up long enough that 4 seemed to come out. It's so shiny, you can see like me in the reflection. My favourite VTuber is Scary Volume 1, a new series from Square Enix. I didn't really know what to expect from the volume because they do such different types of format. Like you have the really thin ones like Ice Guy and Cool Girl and Mr. Villain's Day Off, and then you have the really like thicker ones like Wash It All Away, and then we got this one which is actually kind of like in the middle, I guess. I've actually seen quite a few people excited for this to get a print, so again, interested to read this one. Once Upon a Witch's Death Volume 1. Again, blind pickup to do with witches, and I do love my witchy series, so probably will enjoy, but I'll let you know. We Can't Do Just Plain Love, sorry, Volume 4, another series from Tokyo Pop. Also very steamy, so, oh gosh, I flicked right to a steamy bit, didn't I? I think it's been a while since we had the last volume, so nice. I've just realised actually the cover is a little bit steamy now as well, isn't it? I'm gonna put that back down. Next we have, it's a new title from Kana, which originally I think Kana was a French publisher, and there's like the parent company has an extra branch that is now the English publishing, so like it's not the exact same company as the French one, but they are related in some capacity, I think. I don't know. It happens a lot, it seems, in publishing, like Tokyo Pop with its like German branch, for example, and Panini. The branches technically are related, but are completely independent as well from each other. Anywho, Blades of Guardians, going in blank, they have a cover, a dust cover, and I feel like you're only really seeing these on like the newer publishers at the moment, like Kana, Kodama. I've forgotten what else there is because I got stuck on rhyming, but you know what I mean. I feel like we're getting more dust jackets from them. I quite like a dust jacket. Ayaka is in Love with Hiroko Volume 1. It's a Tokyo Pop. It's a GL Tokyo Pop. Is this one smutty since like all the others have been? Okay, I couldn't see any on my flick through, but that doesn't mean I didn't just miss it potentially. But I'm quite excited because it looks like it's a GL when they're at work, and there's like, I've genuinely been enjoying GLs when they're older more. I think just in general romance, but I am again on my romance kick at the moment. I'll take it all. We also have Skip Beat Volume 51. Now I might have potentially promised Lydia I would try and read Skip Beat this year, and I do mean that. I've been really wanting to try and do dedicated reading vlogs for any series that has more than 15 volumes, of which I think this one definitely qualifies. One of the things I was kind of just holding off for was being able to set up this space to make it easier for me to go, okay, I've read another volume, quickly just film for 5 minutes. I kind of want to finish sorting my background out is like the last thing before I start doing some of these dedicated reading vlogs. I definitely think this is one I need to try and get through this year to make Liddy happy. Also, look how thin they are. I'm going to read that in like 20 minutes anyway. God damn. How many pages is that? Like 150 maybe? That's about 30 to 40 pages shorter than like average length in my opinion. Last one in here we have is Kindergarten Wars Volume 3. I was umming about this one, but it actually wasn't too bad of a price on SciFier, so I nabbed it. I found it quite funny as well, but I haven't read my Volume 2 yet, so I was like, I won't get Volume 3 till I've read Volume 2, but now I'm not going to get any more until I've read these, at least for sure. Onto the big one. Right, on top, oh, that is actually quite heavy. We have Girlfriend Volume 1. So this is one of the new series from Caketinz's print on demand line. If you don't know what that means, it basically means they will print the volumes you want on demand. They initially announced 3 series with launch, and I should actually have some more in here as well. I have Blade Girl 3 and Love That's an Understatement Volume 3. Blade Girl's actually the final volume. So they announced these 2 and Tepu, I think, as their like launch titles. There were some teething problems. They like took a break with taking orders and it's been a bit slow. And now they're like quite rapidly announcing titles for it and also releasing them pretty quick. I think it was only a couple of weeks between them going, hey, we're going to offer these as print on demand, to, okay, now they're available for you to get. I personally think it is an excellent direction for manga to head towards, especially with there being so much out there. It's just not practical for publishers or feasible for publishers to keep up and having enough supplies in stock to potentially manage all of the demands. Whereas by doing print on demand, you're just basically, you only print as and when something is wanted and then it's shipped out. You're not having to store it, which I think for some publishers is as much of a problem as like actually sorting the printing and like paper issues and all that jazz. Girlfriend was the first one they announced after the first 3, I think, and also it was the first omnibus. It is a 2-in-1. It is heavy. I know there's some concerns about the quality of print on demand. I think it's okay. I think it's definitely improving. This one definitely feels much better than the very first one I got. I also know that there is some unhappiness about some of the prices, but generally, and this is I think a thing I noticed even outside of manga, that's kind of one of the trade-offs with print on demand, is you have that access to a wider catalogue, but the cost is then shared more with the consumer over the publisher, because they're not able to do a cheap print run because they're printing out now hundreds, thousands of copies. It's instead then shared with the consumer, but it does mean that you have a wider variety available. I think I like having the option. I've seeing some of the series that are coming to print on demand, especially like some of the Cells at Work series, which probably aren't crazy popular, but I would love to have a full set in print. I'm happy with that. And also, so far, I've noticed, I mean, this is my SciFier order. They have appeared on SciFier. They generally take another month or so from them being available in the US to appearing on SciFier. I have also seen them appear in store in Forbidden Planet International. They also appear on Blackwell's as well. So you have options. You don't have to just buy from Amazon, which is like the initial place they list them. Stores can order them through their usual jazz, whatever they order their books from normally, they can order them through there. They appear on there, and there are other online retailers and such. You don't have to be US based. I mean, I'm not US based, I'm in the UK, and I've managed to grab these. It just takes me a little longer to get them than say some of the others. Like I know Love That's an Understatement 4 has just appeared in the US and people are getting that, and I've just got volume 3. I'm fine with that. I've got plenty to read. I'm happy to take my time. I'm not gonna rush. We also had another FAQ that I had to hide. It's called Overflow. There you go. Next we have The Makeup Remover, which is a new title from Inklaw. So if you don't know, we do themed reading months in the DoNet Discord server, and March is manhwa, basically anything not from Japan theme. That doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely as just saying manhwa month. So I was quite excited to try and nab as many new release manhwa as I could. It was one of the reasons I placed my order a little early, so I could have a chunk in time for me to be able to read, especially for series like this one, Not So Wicked Stepmom Volume 8, which is an Eyes press. So there are a couple of imprints in my collection that I am gunning for maintaining 100% read on. One is my steamship, which I am 100% read on apart from anything in this haul. The other is my Eyes press, which I'm currently at about 80% read. I started the month at about 73% read, and I've been reading loads, but what I did realize was a lot of the volumes I have to read, I actually have the follow-up volume in this haul, so I've kind of held off reading some of that so I can read 2 volumes together. Actually, I'm looking at this, quite a few of these ones are the like follow-up volumes that I'm looking for. Not So Wicked Stepmom is such an adorable, cute, lovely, family romance, which sounds weird when I say it like that, but it's just talking about like romantic love, family love. It's just really lovely. Does have some darker elements though. Please don't just jump in expecting it to be all sunshine and rainbows. There are dark elements, so do look that up before you jump in if you are worried. Use Storygraph. I love suggesting Storygraph for content warnings. Next we have Semantic Error Volume 5. I actually do have Volume 4 to read. I'm pointing down and realised without explaining my pile of readers in a bag by my feet. I've just come back from being away for work for quite a while, and I travelled with a big bag of books to read, and then I was going through them and realised actually there's a box at home with the next volume in. I won't read these ones till I get back. So I have Volume 4 of Semantic Error in my bag, and now I have Volume 5, and I'll read these back to back, and they are both plastic wrap. Kill the Villainess. I've been really enjoying some of the like, not revenge, sneakiness against some of the other characters, such as the ones that have wronged her or wrong her in the, I can't remember if it's like I think it's an isekai. Characters that wrong this character in like the story and stuff. I've been enjoying it for that. Lady Devil Volume 4, a bit of a mess, but that's fine. I have only read my first volume, and I think if it hadn't been an Eyes Press, I probably wouldn't have stayed this up to date with collecting it, but because it is March and I am on an Eyes Press mission, I will be reading this month along with as much else as I can. Yeah, I'm currently on like 77 to 80% read on my Eyes Press, and my goal was to try and get over 85%, and I think I'm definitely going to smash that, so I'm aiming for 90%. There's a few longer series I don't think I'm going to manage to get to, like World After the Fall and The Boxer, but like everything else I'm planning to try and read. Next we have, it's a Seven Seas, I was going to say one shot, it's not one shot, this says Volume 1, but it is a boys' love. Kitayama and Minamiya, Volume 1. Plastic wrapped, but not a one shot, which I'm mildly surprised by. It won't be long though, will it? 5 volumes or less, I'm assuming. Next we have a slightly naughty pickup, because I did say I wasn't sure if I'd stay up to date with collecting this, and I mean I'm really not, because I grabbed Veil Volume 4. I don't have 2 and 3. I talked about this in another reading vlog. I didn't necessarily dislike it, I just went in with different expectations, which is on me, and I just wanted to talk about it in case other people also did the same, because a lot of the reviews I've read have just been people saying they really love it. Absolutely great, wonderful, you enjoy it, very happy. Again, I'm not saying that I didn't dislike it, but it doesn't read like a normal manga. Again, fine. But if someone, it's quite pricey, so if people pick it up thinking it's just going to be a regular manga volume and it isn't, they might be a bit disappointed. But also I did realise that Udon Entertainment isn't really putting much out at the moment, and I do want to try and support series like this when I am able to. So I am going to try and stay up to date with this one to show support and find 2 and 3 as and when, but I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to spend like RRP on it or anything. I'll wait till I find them for a nice price, but still support. Next we have another Volume 1. It is Perfectly Fine on My Own, So My Fiance Can Twist in the Wind, Volume 1. Interesting, this seems to be like vertical format size. If I were to pick up like one of these, vertical format tends to be a bit wider. They stick out a bit more to other volumes. And it always seems a little bit hit and miss which smaller condensers do it like this. Or maybe they've started to just take it on fully for any small condenser, and then large condenser is the other size. Get ready for a brand new rom-com perfect for Bridgerton fans and anyone who's tired of playing second fiddle. A Bridgerton reference on the back of my manga? That's not what I was expecting. Oh no, I'm not sure reading it if I'm gonna, I'll see how this goes. And again, come back, report back to you. Next we have Overgeared Volume 9, another one where I have a volume below me to read. This is a video game isekai. He goes into a video game and he has managed to unlock like OP skills and is earning money and able to support his family outside of the game. Some people like to argue that series like this aren't isekai because he's only mentally somewhere, he's not physically somewhere, and it's like, that doesn't matter. Anywho, something I find kind of interesting about the Overgeared volumes is the cover art is just it's just one of the panels from the volume. Some Eyes Press and some manhwa will redraw the covers, but Overgeared is one of the ones where they just lift and shift like completely with no changes. I'd love to know why. There's a few of them actually. Do we have any more? I can show you. This is heavy. We have Kingsmaker Volume 2. Includes episodes 13 to 25. I really like that Inklaw do this on the back of their volumes, that they say which episodes it includes. Because when you look at, say, the chapter list, oh, this doesn't have a chapter list. If they have a chapter list, often manhwa will have like a chapter list of like 5, maybe, and they never line up with what's online. So trying to figure out where you are in relation to the story is just completely impossible. I still need to finish reading my volume 1, but I do again hope to do so this month. Hopefully there's another one in here, but we have Urusei Yatsura Volume 2. This was actually used, this was in the used section. This was only a few pounds before using any discounts, and I only needed this volume and one more to fill in a gap. I was going to say complete it, but I think I might be missing the vinyl volume. I do look forward to binging through this one day. So it is used. There's like some creases on some of the corners, but it's not too bad. That's mostly fine. See my pile. I actually have a few piles here. Next we have another 7 Seas BL, another volume 1. Gosh, mildly shocked. Oh, this one's called Perfect Addiction. This looks very smutty, very heavily smutty, wonderful. Next we have Loving Moondog Volume 5. I was not a big fan at the start of this. I thought it was fine. It has picked up for me. I am enjoying it a bit more. I actually only read Volume 4 like a couple of weeks ago. It was one of the last steamship I needed to read to be up to date with my steamship titles. This is quite a long series, I think, when I last looked. It's like in double digits or something crazy. There aren't many steamships that are that long. Next we have another steamship title, Winter Wolf Volume 2. What a cover. Gosh, what a cover. This is plastic wrapped. It is also a webtoon. It is in colour, so it'll be a bit more pricey. I wasn't sure how I felt with Volume 1. I thought it was okay. I wasn't sure I was a big fan of like either of the characters, and then it was just smut scenes, which is fine, It looks like we're gonna have some more like death-defying moments, people out to kill them and then they just bone to keep each other warm is what I'm assuming is gonna happen. Imitation Volume 8, again, a bit behind on this one. See, I was like, do I count this under my Eyes Press? Because technically, for some reason, this one's under the Yen Press imprint. I would love to know why some manhwa goes under the Yen Press imprint, not the Eyes Press imprint. If you happen to know, let me know. I should just email Yen Press to ask. I've been nosy for too long. So I've stayed up to date with picking it up even though I'm not up to date with reading it yet. I think I've read up to like 3 or 4 now, so I still have a good chunk to read. I hadn't realised how long this was going to be. Final one in here I didn't realise was a hardcover is The Magnificent Bastard Volume 1. Follow-up to Fist of the North Star. Does it mean like story-wise or just the same creator? Either way, I kind of wanted that title in my collection. And there we have the spine. I haven't gone for too many hardcovers. One reason, they're always more expensive. Second, I just don't find hardcovers too comfortable to hold, to read. I like to read in one hand, and this is just too much. I'm too weak. Look at this sad little wrist. It's pathetic. I mean, I will read it at some point, but maybe it might also be the sort of thing Ben's into as well. We are onto the big box. Let's do the 2 envelopes first. I don't remember what's in them. Actually, I might remember what's in them. They might both be Faku. That's a Faku. This one's called Kanete-san and Unawas-kun. Me and my secretly pervy girlfriend. I don't think it's a secret looking at that cover. I think generally, I mean, I've said that Faku is terrible for going out of print. I think it's been one of the main reasons I've had delays with my parcels, to be honest. It's always the Faku titles. It's always the Faku titles. But I've had problems like pretty much anywhere I order them from. So I kind of just assume they'll appear at some point. Second one. That was satisfying. And this one's called Succubi Ally. Succubi Ally, sorry. Ally? That one's more not so forward than the other. I do intend, when I've sorted these shelves out one day, that all of my Faku is going to come upstairs, so I don't have to worry about people walking into the living room and it's right there on the right. I thought it would only stay there for like a few months. It's now been years because I've not properly like moved my collection along in that long. So yeah, it's time to get it out of the prime viewing area. Now for the big box. Hello. I think we'll do the same again. We'll open it and pull the plastic wrap bags out. Plastic wrap bags. Bubble wrap bags. Smuts on the mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost feels like there were more books in the other box, to be fair, and this just like had like more bubble wrap. Anywho, let's do the small one first. Another package. This one's called Arrow World. Oh my god, that back cover. I'll send a picture of that in the 18+ channels in the Discord server if anyone is interested. Obviously I can't show you here, but that made me giggle. There are 4 other books. We have got Mr. Villain's Day Off 7. I think it's one of the few thin Square Enix I do let myself stay up to date with, because I am fully up to date with reading it. It's adorable. I love pandas. I love red pandas. And so does he. And we get to see them and he is just, it's so cute. It's so cute. It's so painful when these thin ones are enjoyable. I tamed my ex-husband's Mad Dog 5. We had a nice cliffhanger at the end of volume 4, so I'm looking forward to this one. Again, it's another eyes press. This is definitely on my hit list of the next few days. Oh, it's so messy. This looks so cute. We have The Beast King. Oh, it has a subtitle. Master of Medicines, volume 1. I saw someone describe it as like Saw in the House of Monsters, but like with medicine and trying to help people. And I love Saw the House of Monsters, so really excited. Though, to be fair, I love that one a lot because of the floor plans. This looks super cute. I'm so excited. Even though March is like manhwa and trying to do loads of manhwa reading, April is anything goes. So it's more of a free-for-all, so I'm gonna try and like catch up on a lot of my weird volume 1s and stuff, and that's in April, and so you'll see some more volume 1 vlogs then. Then we also have Beware the Villainess volume 6. I do think I also have volume 5 of this by my feet as well. I love the colour of this. It's like berry red. It's so lovely and vibrant. This is another series where I think they pull the covers from a panel in the volume. I was going to see if I could quickly find it, but I don't want to actually spoil myself, especially as I'm a couple of volumes behind. Next parcel, this one here. Ooh! So we have See You in My 19th Life, volume 9. Again, also have volume 8 below me as well. This is such a nice, vibrant green, and that is such a cute cover. I'm really happy with where we are. I really like there's like kind of 2 bits of story, and we've kind of slightly resolved-ish one of them, and we're now trying to move on to the next bit. I don't want to give spoilers. If you've read it, you probably know what I mean. Maybe, or if you want more spoilers, again, I'll happily chat in the Discord server about it. I love that cover. I think this pile's getting a bit too tall now. I need a new one. Next we have Centuria Volume 1, a new title from Viz under the signature line. It's got a lot of hype, a lot of people are excited for it, and I think Viz are doing like some promo campaigns for this one, which they tend to usually do for like the ones they like think are gonna do pretty good. I'm going in blind actually, and I'm not even gonna read the back. I don't want to know. I'm gonna read this blindly in April and see what I think. Next we have Blue Lock 27. Again, I am really behind on reading this. I think I've read up to like 10. But I'm on such a crazy Caketinz binge and it's been going so well. I decided to try and get back up to date with this. My last order, I think I filled it. I picked up quite a few, and now this is like the latest release. I love this like salmon pink as well. I'm loving the colours. Reincarnated in a mafia dating sim, a Yakuza heiress becomes the top-ranked villain's romantic target. Volume 3. I read 1 and 2 a few months ago and I really enjoyed it. It's by the same person, I think, as 7th Time Loop, and I can't remember if it's the manga or the light novel. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there is some correlation, and it is just such a like slightly dark, messy, mafia, fantasy adjacent. Well, no, there's actually quite a bit of fantasy and magic and stuff. She's been isekai'd into an otome game basically, and yes. Again, also good colours on this volume. Am I more tempted to pick up a new series or volume because the colours are good? Yes. Is that not a good reason? Maybe. Next we have A Curtain Call for You, volume 2. And I've seen, again, a lot of positiveness for this one. This is also in like the vertical format where it's a little wider than usual. So maybe just all smaller Caketinz volumes that is like wider volume now. Sometimes I do allow myself to buy the volume 2s if I've not read volume 1s, just because I've really enjoyed doing binging and reading 1 and 2 and 3 if I have a 3. But this is probably again going to be on my hit list for April. Next we have Itchy the Witch Volume 1. And I have actually read some of this through the Shonen Jump Viz app. I got reached out to asking if I wanted to join in a campaign for it, and I was like, oh, why not? Let's have a go. But I just don't have the time to do any more at the moment. But I actually read some of this through the app, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm really, really happy to also see it's getting a physical release, because I was meant to be promoting the app. I had no idea if there was a physical coming or not. So I'm really happy to see there is, and it's here and we got it. I love Magic series. I love Magic series so much. And I love Silly as well. Very, very excited. Next we have Formerly the Fallen Daughter of the Duke, Volume 7. I got so mad at this, I actually stopped reading, but I also do still like it, so I've continued picking it up, but it's released a volume like 1 a year, so I don't feel too bad about that. But yeah, I did something that I've not really read in an isekai before, and I was like, what now? What just happened? Why did you do that? How dare you? How dare you do that? It's not in like a bad way, it was just a flip the table kind of moment. How is flipping the table not bad? I don't know. Next we have Pink Candy Kiss Volume 4. Mixed feelings on it, but again, there aren't many titles coming out under Shoujo Beats imprint. So I think regardless, I'm gonna try and keep picking them up. I mean, I'm still reading them. I was just not rushing to grab them. I was gonna mainly try and use it when I needed to fill a 3 for 2 when I was in store. But I also just I'm a massive hypocrite, but yeah, especially Shoujo Beat. Yeah, there ain't much, is there? Next we have Trillion Game Volume 9. A bit behind on this one as well, but I've really enjoyed binging this one for sure. It feels like reading Battle Shonen, but it's business. And like computing, programming has come up. It's like so terrible, but also great and over the top, and I kind of love it. But I think it's kind of a hard one to recommend, I feel. I think it just ticks enough boxes for me that I know I will like it, but then I'm not sure if others will as much. I've seen a bit of a love-hate feeling going around for it. How to Deal When Your Intimidating Neighbor is actually an Omega Volume 2. I really liked Volume 1 of this. It is very smarty. I really, really liked Volume 1, so I'm quite happy there is another volume of this at least. It's quite a long title. It's also very plain spine though. I think that's like my only complaint. It's a really plain spine. Last book in here, it is a book, it is not manga, it is Princess of Thieves, a Twisted Tale novel. Every now and again, another Twisted Tale book appears in the daily deals on SciFier, and I nab them because they're like £4 or something crazy. They're just so cheap. Though I just realised on the back, the RRP is $8.99. That is the same RRP as a Viz, as like the cheapest manga you can get. It's the same RRP as that. That's crazy. Anywho, the twist on this is, what if Maid Marian was the real outlaw based on Disney's Robin Hood? I think I know about 6. Trying to look because they're just down there. 6 or 7 of these. There are quite a few. I don't know if all of them have a physical print. Some of the Pixars even have them as well. But Panini have been publishing some of the manga versions of these. I'm still trying to pick up some more of the books as well. On to this one. So we have Essential Whisper, the Voice That Sets Me on Fire, Volume 2. I think this might be completed too. This might be all there is. It is another steamship. It's plastic wrapped. She enjoys the sound of his voice, basically. It's another office-based steamship. It's one of the ones that kind of blurs into some of the other ones. So yeah, it's steamship. I collect it, I read them, but it's probably not like the highest up my list. Next we have No God in Eden 3. I got a bit confused because I felt like 2 kind of wrapped the story, but it looks like there might be like another couple of volumes that kind of like does the next bit, I guess. I'm not really too sure, but it's kind of meant to be like the origin story of like the Alpha Omega verse stuff, which was kind of interesting. I love how colourful these are. We had blue and pink for the first 2. This one's orange. The 4th one might be green if I've seen it. Next we have My Girlfriend's Not Here Today volume 6, and that is an interesting cover. That is a very interesting cover. It is just an absolute gosh. It is an absolute hot mess. It is full of red flags. Please don't go into it thinking it's going to be cutesy. It's very pretty. It's very like cutely drawn, but the story is not cute. Trigger warnings, check Storygraph. Next we have Star Wars The Mandalorian Volume 3, which is quite thick compared to some of the other ones. This has basically followed the Mandalorian TV show. I feel like if you're a fan, like a big fan, you're a manga fan like me, you might be interested in getting both mediums, but probably watching the show would be better. I do like my Star Wars. Next we have Hibana, which is a BL, looks like it might be a one-shot. It says on the back it's from the same person who did Classmates, and I do know that one. Again, going in blind, it's plastic wrapped BL one-shot, so I might save it for Pride Month and do a similar thing to what I did last year. We're trying to read a load of my BL one-shots. Next we have Tease Me Harder Volume 2. I read Volume 1 over December when I was incredibly sick and with a fever. What a thing to read. It sounds way kinkier than it is. It's actually so much about like talking about consent and communication with your partner and figuring out what everyone's comfortable with. So it was kind of nice in that kind of way. Maybe it gets more kinky further on, but so far like they've just sort of talked about kinky things more than really doing too much. Next we have Natsume Wants to Blossom, which technically is a one-shot, but it's a follow-up to another one-shot called Natsume Wants to Be Trained. So I've basically just said this is Natsume Wants to Be Trained 2 because I cannot be arsed with having two separate entries for this series in my spreadsheet. I quite liked Volume 1. Everyone I've seen talk about it didn't seem to be a fan. I quite liked it though. So again, I'm quite happy to see the BL one-shots that I quite like getting like follow-up volumes. Then we have The Princess I Loved in My Past Life Is Now a Middle-Aged Dad Volume 2. I'm probably not gonna like buy too many more, even in a 3 for 2 of this series after this one. It's amusing, it's silly, but it's a large format 7C, so it's a bit more on the pricey side, and I don't necessarily think I enjoy it enough for that. It's the sort of series I feel I'm gonna see secondhand or in a sale section, so I'll pick up more then, but it is a fun read. I just think it probably isn't quite worth what the RRP 3 for 2 prices. Last one here we have is DN Angel Volume 2 of the new edition from Yen Press. I haven't read my first one yet, but again, really want to try and support these shoujo reprints to try and see if it means that we can get some more, because there are still loads that I know people would love to get printed. So support where I can. Our last parcel here, let's see what we've got. Okay, first off we have Only I Know the World Is Ending Volume 4. I really like this, but again I'm not sure I'd probably recommend it. I think it just ticks a lot of boxes for me. It is a like dungeons have started opening up in Japan and people have suddenly got skills and abilities and they're having to fight off these monsters, but this guy keeps looping every time he dies, going back to like a checkpoint, a save point, to try and do it over until he is able to overcome whatever the boss is for that scenario and then move on. There are similar ones like Solo Leveling, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, I think do it better, but I still enjoy the premise. This is, I think this one's a bit darker, it's a bit more gory for sure, but if you're into that kind of thing, you might like this one. Fox and Puppy, this looks like a one-shot, also from Tokyo Pop. It's a BL. Do we think it's got some smutty scenes in it? It's got some smutty scenes in it. I feel like I'm flipping straight to them. Is it censored? I can't tell. The angles are too careful. Lilia's Pregnancy Spells the World's End Volume 1. A ghost ship? Yeah, it's a ghost ship. Again, no high hopes. I just like picking up Volume 1s and seeing what there is and how bad it is, and I'll let you know. So we have Tamon's B-Site Volume 10. This has really popped off with the anime. I caught back up with reading it in January. I did a big binge of volumes. I'm back up to date, so I can now read this one. I do find it really jolly, and we watched some of the anime in the Discord server, and it was really like boppy. Some of the songs, I've added some to my playlists. It was only like a few volumes into during my binge that I remembered that it's the same person who did Takane and Hana, but it's like the exact same kind of humor with like the little silly chibi chibi face, chibi characters doing silly things, and I like that. I like the chibi characters doing silly things. Next we have Ghost and Witch Volume 1, new series from Seven Seas. Interesting cover. It looks like the sort of cover that some of my books have. Oh, from the creator of Ancient Magus Bride comes a sweeping new fantasy set in the same world. Oh, interesting. I feel I need to catch back up on some of my Ancient Magus Bride. Unfortunately, some of the volumes are very hard to come by, so I've kind of mildly abandoned it. Oh, this is a thin it's J Novel Club. That is Why We Have My Quiet Blacksmith Life in Another World. Isekai. Will probably be alright. Not amazing, but alright. Oh my gosh. Aizo Tanya is a burned out middle-aged software engineer. After working late one night, he throws himself in front of a speeding truck to save a cat. Although the cat survives, most important. Aizo is not so lucky. Okay, and then the cat turns into God and sends him to another world. All that matters, the cat survives, but also the cat is God. Oh no, I've just realised, do you think that character is the cat? Oh. We're doing so well. Next we have Maiden of the Needle Volume 4. I picked this up because I'd accidentally made a gap in my last order where I bought Volume 5 because there'd been quite a big gap between releases. It was completely fallen off my radar and I missed Volume 4. It's an isekai. I wouldn't highly rate it, but I am quite enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm just going to stick with this pile and see if it does okay with the rest of the volumes. Love at First Memory Volume 1. Again, lots of people are going crazy for this title coming out as well. A lot of people were upset that the covers weren't like this one for some, I think, because that one does look pretty cool, to be honest. I was gonna say, did they do something else that I know? But no, I don't know. It says it's the same person as Boss Bride Days. I don't know that one. Is it a reverse harem? I'm excited if it is. It's also Kodansha, which means it falls into my read loads of Kodansha this year goal. Another J Novel Club, we have Campfire Cooking Another World with My Absurd Skill Volume 3. I've loved this one. It's so cute, it's so cozy, a bit pricey because it's J Novel Club. It is deceiving how many pages you get, even though they're really, really thin, like 140 to 150. I do love it, I do recommend it, but be careful on pricing because they can be more pricey. They're on the pricier end and that pains me with, again, how thin they are. In So Deep, it's Love Already, Volume 1, Tokyo Pop. Does this have smut in it? Oh no, wait, it says teen, it says 13 plus, so probably not. I've seen a lot of people pick it up, but not really say anything about it, so I'll see. Then we have Dead Rock, Volume 4, same creator as Fairy Tail, Eden Zero, Rave Master. I've been quite liking it. It's a dark fantasy, academia style story, but it is quite slow releasing volumes, and the volume takes like 20 minutes to read. So I don't know, I mean, I probably will read it. I keep saying I'm gonna wait and binge a bunch, but I actually do really like it, so I tend to read them like as I get them. But it is definitely on the darker side compared to some of the others. So again, do some checking before you go into it blindly. Wait, I Love You, Volume 1. It's BL, plastic wrapped. Oh, Volume 1, so it isn't a one shot. I'm probably again going to leave these till Pride Month and do it again, similar to last year. Look how tall it is. Ah. And we have volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Ojojo. These were on the... I think these were used. I believe that is a complete series. I think it is just these two omnis in English that is complete. I don't know, I'll be honest, a very blind pickup because it was pretty cheap because it was used. It was a naughty pickup, but it was also complete in just these, so. Next we have the other used one, Urusei Yatsura Volume 3, so that is now a clear run for me, I think to Volume 16. I think it's just 17 that I need. I've really struggled to find 2 and 3, and then finding it for a decent price, because as soon as I did start to see it popping up more, it was always for like RRP, it was never discounted, and I couldn't find them in stores. But here, finally, I have filled those gaps. Then we have, oh, I have got Tepu Volume 3. I didn't realise if I'd pick this one up. So yep, another print on demand, one of the original series they announced. Yeah, the quality is definitely picked up from the first ones I got. There were some write problems, the very, very first ones. I don't even think I got a first run one, because I don't think they really came out of the US with the very first run, because the problems were that bad, they were teething them. Teething problems, I'm getting there. Then we have Aharan-san is Indecipherable. This is a 1-2 Omni. I say that because they put like 1, 2 on the spine, as opposed to like where they just put a 1 instead. I differentiate them because I differentiate on my spreadsheet as well, just so it's easier when I'm out and about to figure out which ones I need. This is again a blind pickup. I'm always happy to do blind pickups of volume 1s. I try my best to avoid horror, like real horror, if I can. If I can like easily, like, no, I think that one's gonna be scary. Every now and again some slip through because I've just gotten a bit too trigger happy with my ordering or picking up in store. But otherwise, volume 1's always happy to go in blindly and have a go and then talk about and let you know what I think. Bride of the Berry Master volume 5. There is a lot of mixed feelings on this one. I'm still mostly enjoying it. I've enjoyed it more when I can read multiple volumes together. So I think I have 4 and now I have 5 of this to read. I really love the cover of this. That's really pretty. Then we have Get Married So I Can Curse Your Firstborn and Finally Be Free, volume 1. It's not ghost ship, it's not plastic wrap, so I'm assuming it can't be too gross. What is the line? What is the line of grossness? It's quite a pretty cover. I really like the design of the character a lot. I've just realised they're a cat, aren't they? Yep, they're a cat. Oh no, it's gonna be weird. Final volume in this set and the box and the haul is Snow Angel Volume 4, the final volume. I completely forgot when we had Volume 3 and I was like, I hope Volume 4 is in here because that was really early on. And here we are, it is here, Volume 4. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading these two together to wrap up this story. It's been really good and like heartbreaking all at once. So again, read into it before you decide to read it if you're nervous or uncertain or worried or unsure and all that. Storygraph. And with that, we are done. As I said earlier, I don't usually have my hauls like this close together. I might not post them close together, which means it'll mean very little to you. But with the last one being delayed and me wanting to try and pull in some of my ice press a bit early for me to try and meet my like 85% read while also staying up to date with my series. I hope you like this new layout. It will definitely keep improving as I finally manage to sort out the shelves, sort out my desk, sort out the lighting and everything. It'll just keep getting better. And it'll be way easier for me to do more frequent reading vlogs and share like proper thoughts without having to try and remember what I read 6 weeks ago. If you see anything here that you're interested in, remember you can use code Caketinz on SciFier for 5% off your order. And if you haven't already, remember to like and subscribe or check out my channel memberships for early access to all of my videos. It's only 99p a month for early access. Otherwise, I hope you have the most wonderful day and I will see you next time. Bye!